cyber humans, whoever's out there.
What's up?
So, as Marvin, Sergeant Dodd, just said right before here, and then space. So we're gonna bring it back to theater of the mind, and which is its own space. And I'm gonna give this directly over to Michael because this is the third and basically final episode of this arc. So let's get into it. Thank you, everyone, if you're joining in, if you're watching on VOD. We do. I love saying we do this every Tuesday, most every Tuesday. If not, then come back next week. We'll probably be here. But I'll give this to Michael right now. It is all yours, sir.
Uh, all right, so hello and welcome to The Coldest War, a nightmarish journey through the intersection of crime, espionage, and madness, straight to the rotten heart of the American dream. This is episode 3 of the Body Politic, our second arc. This is the finale of that arc. Episode is titled Dead North. So, let's go ahead and meet our players. Just tell me real quick who you are, who your character is, and then we're gonna dive right into it. Or I'll do a quick recap first, and then we'll dive right into the adventure because we left off in a pretty intense moment. So let's go ahead and get started with Patrick.
Hello, I am Patrick. I am playing Agent Gabriel Carter, the sort of handler for this group out of the Hermitage. Currently uncertain of what we can do at this particular junction, but you'll see why.
Hmm. Very happy to have Patrick here, of course. Also joining us, it's great to have him. It is Marvin.
Hey, I'm Marvin, and I'm going to be playing Sergeant Raymond Dow, the soldier of tomorrow, who's currently in a battle for his own mind against the machinery that he's plugged into. We'll see how that goes.
Ooh, very cool. Also joining us, we are delighted to have him here. It is Nick.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Nick, and I am once again bringing back Xi16, the psychic. I don't know what you would call him.
Psychic. Definitely
Weird.
psychic.
The experiment.
Definitely psychic experiment. And rounding us out, we are honored, privileged, delighted to have her joining us, the amazing Cat.
Hi, I'm the Amazing Cat. Now that's my name. And I am playing Lambda 18, who goes by Lamb. She is also often called the Human Bomb. And we found out why last time when she detonated herself. She might be dead right now. I don't know. Presumably not because I'm here. But I mean, I guess I can leave if it ends up being the case. She's very nice, but she blowed herself up.
Wow, well, we can always roll up a new character, Lamb 19, Lamb's twin sister. Lamb taught her everything she knows.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
Yet another government experiment. She's one from birth, or very soon after birth. She really has no idea after birth. That's actually not funny. That's kind of gross, but whatever. Hi. She's also usually a telekinetic, but right now she's blowed up.
We will check in on Lamb in just a moment, because that explosion destroyed Harrow House. Harrow House being a asylum, training ground, brainwashing station for, I guess, human experiments that were being transformed into, like Lamb, living weapons, but brainwashed living weapons. All by a mad scientist by the name of Dr. Kenneth Kerrigan, who was operating away from US soil in wonderful, deniable Canada. These heroes were sent to investigate some hijackings of trucks from a CIA front company, which were, unbeknownst to the CIA, sorry, Lamb just put a comment there interrupting my train of thought. The CIA did not know that these shipments were apparently running to Harrow House and are being hijacked by a former prisoner. The lung extending Monsieur Poumon. The heroes found him, but then one of their number was captured, taken to Harrow House. They bailed him out. Lamb blew Harrow House to pieces. It's been destroyed. All the patients, including Monsieur Poumon, as well as Wampus the clown, their folk singing clown asset and driver, were thankfully saved. Along with three of the heroes, Lamb, though, stayed behind, unleashed this psychic earthquake, this powerful telekinetic destructive ability against Harrow House, destroying it, but then she herself was knocked unconscious. Lamb brought up a quick question about Coco, which is Lamb's, let's see, therapy dog, helper dog?
Service dog.
Service dog. Yeah, that's the right description for sure. So Lamb, I'll ask you actually, was Coco brought along, or was Coco relaxing back in the van when this was going on?
I think Coco was back in the van. Coco certainly didn't sneak up with us. So Coco was back in the van, and Coco was in the van when the van got driven away. But Coco definitely started panicking when the thing happened.
Right. So now we're adding a panicked dog to the mix as this van is driven away from the ruins, the newly ruined Harrow House. Before we check in with the van and check in with Lamb, we're going to go back in time, back into the past of Sergeant Raymond Dowd. Before his accident, when he was a human of flesh and blood, before he became Tomorrow's Soldier. Sergeant Dowd, this is back during the Vietnam War, you were in your fire base, kind of close to the DMZ, and this sort of memory comes back to you after some of your experiences in Harrow House. You remember, one night, you're kind of just like, checking around, making sure everything is ship shape in the base. Seems like a pretty quiet night. And then you come across the Special Forces unit that's been operating out of the fire base that is getting ready to take off on another mission. These guys have been here for the past month or so, and they just kind of come and go as they please, as Special Forces groups do. They've been, you imagine they're operating in places the United States has not declared war on, and they're illegally doing stuff. But again, it's all, need to know, and you can pretty much kind of look the other way about, as everybody else does about this sort of thing.
Never liked those guys.
Yeah, and you see something even weirder this time. They're usually, when patrols come back with like bodies, with the dead, the body bags are unloaded from the helicopters. Kind of a sad sort of ceremony. But this time, you definitely see body bags being loaded into the helicopters, like as they're about to take off. So like wherever these guys are going, they are bringing dead bodies with them of some kind.
What the? All right. So Sergeant Dowd sees this happening.
Yeah. And as you're kind of like watching these, Special Forces guys loading up the bodies, their commanding officer sort of spots you and like, walks over, and he is, he's a captain, so definitely outranks you, and you get, exchange salutes and everything.
All right.
And he's like, he returns a salute. Sergeant, I'm Captain Howard Cross. Good.
All right. Good to meet you, Captain Cross. Though I'm not too sure what you and your people are doing with these fallen soldiers. You ask me, it's a bit uncouth, sir.
Uncouth? That's a fair way of describing it. But it's sort of par for the course for my particular trade. You see, I'm an expert in psychological warfare. Do you understand what that means, Sergeant?
Yeah, been out here a couple years in Vietnam. Yeah, I think we're all familiar with psychological warfare.
It's fair to say. It's a bargaining trade. I practiced it in numerous conflicts besides Vietnam, the Philippines, Indonesia. This is merely one of the latest stops where I've practiced and I think perfected the arts of psychological warfare. I believe the enemy, they've been practicing it on us. Their ambushes, terror attacks, mortars, traps, all that sort of thing. However, I intend, and in the past I have done this. I'm going to take it to another level. I'm going to give them refined psychological warfare.
That why you need the bodies, sir.
Yes, of course I can't tell you what exactly I'm going to do with them, but be assured that it's for the war effort. You see, psychological warfare is about defeating the enemies in the mental battle, breaking their will to fight. And I found the best way to do that is fear. So I have to ask you, Sergeant, what do you fear?
Well, Sergeant Dowd looks at what they're doing with the bodies, loading them up. Fear losing my humanity, sir.
Ah. A very astute answer, Sergeant.
That's why I can't exactly agree with what you're doing. I'd rather we send these boys home. Not with whatever you're doing, sir.
He's like, well, I'll put your mind at ease, and I don't have to do this, but I like you, Sergeant, so I will. Be aware that these aren't the bodies of Americans.
Even still, I don't think it's right, sir.
Well, I think as the saying goes, we'll have to agree to disagree. I'll leave you to it. We'll be, we'll return when we return. You can talk to your CO if you have any further questions.
I'm sure I will, sir.
And with that, Captain Cross heads back to the helicopters, and with their cargo of some sort of body, they rotor their way off into the night.
And Sergeant Bell just looks at they're in a helicopter, right?
Yeah, they're like in helicopters taking off from like your base's helipads and heading off.
He's just looking at it and it's like, it's not right at all. We gotta come out of this with our humanity intact, not doing whatever they're doing. And he just lights up a smoke. Okay. And returns to his boss.
So with that memory of, the first time you encountered Captain Cross kind of flashing through your mind, and sort of the way he asked you for your fear, which you brought up, with all those memories kind of bouncing around in your mind, the van, now with a bunch of sort of groggy prisoners, experiments from Harrow House, as well as Monsieur Poumon, who seems much more in control of his feelings than the others. Wampus, who was just sort of recovering from the time when you just knocked him out. And now a super excited Coco that's like barking and, running around the van. You guys pull to a halt in front of Monsieur, or in the drive. The farmers don't have driveways. You roll up to like past the barn and some of the those weird lung sculptures, the bizarre like lung shrubs in Monsieur Poumon's farm, and the van comes to a halt. And you guys start like disembarking. Poumon says, "Ugh, My friends, hurry. We have to make this place as secure as we can.
You're right, but we still need to go back for Lambda.
Oh, merde. I forgot your friend. Is she still alive?
I honestly don't know. But I'm just gonna assume that she is. We definitely need... Coco's going insane. I'm gonna let Coco out of the car, of the van.
Yeah, she just like runs around barking at these weird lung sculptures. Um,
Zai,
Kumon
do you have a
says,
connection to her?
"Oh, did you ask one more time, Carter?"
Zai, do you have a connection to her up right now?
Uh, depends on how far we are.
I don't know.
It's like a couple miles.
There's also the time. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
you're-
Lamb is probably still unconscious at this
Yeah,
point.
I did have a mind link, and it was.
I think it's only 4 minutes at this level. That's the unfortunate. You're at a good distance, but
It says for an hour.
oh, right, because the other thing. You're not doing the aberrant mind thing.
Oh well, yeah. Well, either way, I would have. Yeah.
Yeah, because the aberrant mind thing only lasts a few minutes.
Is Lamb unconscious at this stage, you think?
Probably.
We'll check in with her a second. I think maybe at this part, in the interest of the story, we'll say she's just recovering consciousness.
Okay.
So,
I'm sure the
so
connection would have been.
you can like kind of speak to her as she's like picking herself back up, and then we'll kind of cut over to how Lamb's doing.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how you still have a connection with her, that's all.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
No.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so Zai, you cannot connect with her right now. Just
I
too
think
much
it's
time,
been.
too much distance.
Yeah, it's been a combination of too much time, too much distance. I'm not that good.
Yeah, I don't think whatever we have done today, we're not done with just yet. I think that Monsieur Poumon has a good idea that we need to hold up here and make some sort of defensible position. One of us gotta go back and get her though. I'm not leaving Lamb behind.
Not right, I
Says-
tell you. It's not
Oh,
right at all. All these experiments, losing our humanity because of it. What day is it? Am I back?
I don't know.
I'm back. I'm back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's just that place brought up a lot of bad memories. Where's Lamb?
We're gonna go get her. Don't worry. But
Good.
I think you two should stay behind. Someone's got to help defend this place and get it going. I'll look towards the dog, Coco, and I'll try to get her.
All right.
Sure, you might be the one better for defense and probably stay silent.
Dad's got experience with fortified positions. Ray does, sorry.
It's all right.
Wait, all right, that's good to know.
Kumon says, Monsieur Carter.
Madam, Carter.
Oh, of course.
It's fine.
Mademoiselle Carter, of course. I do not know how much time you have. Kerrigan, he will have licked his wounds and he will be here. He has, you've seen the kind of things he creates. He experiments on himself as well to give himself such powers. So I fear it'll be a difficult fight, but your friend has powers of her own. I could see that from what I recall during the battle in Harrow House.
Yeah.
So it could be worth going to get her now, but just be aware, if you see Kerrigan coming, you may have to come back here to hold us off, or to hold him off.
I made a promise, I'm gonna keep it. I hop in the van and just begin speeding as fast as I can to the Harrow House.
Ooh, all right, very cool. So Carter, you're zooming over there. Meanwhile, in the ruins of Harrow House. Lamb, you have just recovered consciousness. And I know we described a bunch of mechanical stuff. So what is, just so we're all aware, what is going on with Lamb?
Sure. So right now, Lamb is at the bottom of it. It's not a terribly deep crater, but it is a crater. And there's a halo of blood around her head, which has all come pouring out of her left eye.
Ooh.
She's kind of curled up in a fetal position as she comes to. She is pretty exhausted. She's depleted all of her powers. She can still struggle to like hold herself up with her telekinesis, but it's faltering. So she's moving at half of her speed. So it's like, normally she could just go 40 feet, but now it's like she gets about 10 and drops, and then gets another 10 and then drops. And, it's just kind of, she's struggling pretty badly.
Is she like heading out of the ruins of Harrow House? The structures are all pretty much leveled. It's just like rubble all around.
Yeah, I mean it's rubble. That any trees that were near the building are gone. Like everything is just destroyed. Those guys with the eyeballs are probably just plasma at this point.
Oh yeah. You think
anything organic got torn apart.
Right. Yeah, the vast majority of the orderlies, as far as you know, all of them are wiped out. Yeah, so
she's just crawling out of the crater, basically.
Yeah, so Lamb, you make it kind of like out of the crater in this kind of limping, weakened state. You make it sort of like over the rubble and kind of towards the road, and a Land Rover actually comes pulling up from the main road and comes to a halt, and you hear a familiar voice being like, "Oh my God, Lamb, hold on!" And you look up to see Francesca Grimaldi, who is the daughter of that mob kingpin who you met in our previous arc when you were in New York and New Jersey.
Frankie, why are you here?
So she runs over and helps you up, and she's like, Coletta, come on, move your ass, get her into the car, hurry. And Coletta's like, yeah. And he goes over and Jackie, the cowboy Coletta, that very, very aggressive capo who you battled and then sort of survived his first encounter and was, I think, were his emotions calmed? Maybe not, but he was in the battle as well after when the Silkworm attacked the Grimaldi mansion. He is there as well. Together they get Lamb.
I'm having a hard time floating right now. Do you mind just carrying me?
Frankie's like, yeah, we got you. Don't worry.
I'm not very heavy.
Yeah, and they put you into the van.
And I mean, the left side of her face is just covered in blood. Her hair is matted in blood on that side.
You can see Frankie is like really nervous. She goes into the trunk and brings out like a med kit, and she's like, I took a first aid course. I got a merit badge in it in Girl Scouts. I don't know. I'll do what I can here.
Well, my left eye bleeds sometimes anyways.
Oh, that's terrifying.
When I intensely use my powers, it's really bad. And I've not ever used them this heavily before. Maybe once in the silo. But that was contained. Yeah. If you give me something to clean the blood with, I can clean it up. I don't think you want to see what's under this patch.
Frankie's like, okay, I'll look away. If you want me to.
Unless you want to check that nothing got stuck in there, I'm completely blind in that eye.
Okay, well,
I'm
here's
just letting you know it's not pleasant to look at.
She's like, well, I'm starting to see some more and more unpleasant things lately in my life.
I'm sorry.
So whatever you got, I can handle it.
Okay.
And she helps you. Mm-hmm.
Probably best to check that no splinters or shrapnel are in me right now.
Yeah, okay. And
I'm
she
putting her at 1 hit point, by the way.
um, well, I mean, because they're doing like a med kit. Also, they have like some pain pills they brought along too. Like this
Oh,
med kit's
okay.
pretty well stocked. I would say you can do the effect of like a small healing potion thanks to this med kit.
Okay, so I think that's 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
We'll just add 2 to whatever this is. So that's 7 more, so she's at 8.
Okay.
But she wouldn't even be talking if she wasn't at 1.
Yeah. So.
And I guess so she'll lift up the patch, and underneath it is obvious the source of the blood is her eye, but it is not an eye socket. There's an eye there. It is clearly there is an orb, but it's almost like it is an orb made of blood. It's not even like a blind person's eye. It is completely red.
Yeah, Frankie flinches a bit. But then she kind of like
unpleasant.
It's like, yeah, it is that, but it's all right.
And I should know there is also gauze underneath the eye patch. So it's like eye patch, gauze, and then her eye.
Mm-hmm. So she, I mean, yeah, between you and her, you get the blood cleaned up, and get yourself patched up a bit there. Have some pain pills to help feel a little bit closer to normal.
If you have any gauze, I can put it in there. Otherwise, blood's gonna start leaking out from under the eye patch again.
Frankie's like, yeah, the kit's gotta roll a bit. Here you go.
Thank you. I perpetually have anemia.
She's like, oh God, it's terrible.
I don't really know much of anything else.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't. Well,
I like about half of that album you gave me. Some of it's really pretty, and some of it I don't like at all.
Yeah, I mean, they got some of the more experimental stuff is not exactly easy on the ears.
Yeah, I just don't kind of understand how it's music.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like kind of like arty. It's like it's sort of like what is music? It's kind of asking those questions.
Oh,
avant-garde.
Yeah, music is melody, harmony, and rhythm in combination.
Yeah, I mean that's a very clear definition of it. Never thought of it that way exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Coletta's like, Jesus, I can't believe this. We were talking about like music after you just pulled this this crazy like blood-eyed lady out of this wreckage. What are we doing here? And Frankie's like, oh yeah, go on, Lamb.
It's keeping me calm to talk about something else.
Yeah, see, it's keeping her calm. So shut the fuck up. She's like,
word.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I'm not exactly keeping calm myself. I wanted to see you, after you swung by there, and so I asked my father, and well, he didn't really want to tell me so much, so I kind of had to look at some of his papers and letters, and I made some phone calls, and I mean, he knows about the Hermitage and stuff. He's done all kinds of work for them over the years. So I was able to call in a few favors and figured out where you were. And I mean, my dad, he doesn't really know where we are exactly. I didn't tell him, but I brought Jackie the cowboy with me, because when the Don's daughter asks you for a favor, you don't get to say no. And Coletta's like, yeah.
If you don't mind, I need to take a nap now.
Yeah, go ahead. And as you start resting up, this is when Agent Carter, you and the van come rolling right down. Oh, you're muted there, Patrick.
And I see this Land Rover, right? Kind of just parked out in front of all the rubble.
Mm-hmm.
Throw open the door, let Coco out, and as I step out myself, sort of door as a shield, I pull up my handgun and say, "All right, everybody out of the car, please."
Coletta's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ," and he spins around. He's like, "So now I gotta deal with you again, huh?"
Oh, you goddamn cowboy! What are you doing here?
Don't ask me. It's her idea. And he points over to Frankie.
I close the door and walk over, stow the gun. Lamb, is Lamb okay?
Uh, Frankie's like, well, we cleaned up as best we could. Looks like she took some real hits there. I guess did she do this like to this place?
Better if you don't ask those sort of questions.
Oh, sure, yeah. You think I haven't heard that before?
I know you have. I'm sure you've heard it before, but do you really want to know the answer?
Well, I don't know if we have time. Anyway, we pulled her out. We took care of her. I think she's resting right now. What were you guys doing up here? Like, from what I was able to piece together, something about like shipments being hijacked or something.
Yes, that's why we're here. But look, we're all in danger right now. If Lamb's fine in the back, I need to get you two to safety. Because there are some things that are going on here that are not sanctioned and are not on any official record. And I'd hate for you all to just disappear.
Colette is like, first sensible thing someone said. Thank you, Agent Carter.
I'm gonna walk over the back and sort of let Coco in to go see Lamb.
Coco would go in and like lay her head like down on Lamb while Lamb is sleeping.
Oh, getting some good rest there.
Carter's gonna step in kind of after Coco and see the devastation basically that Lamb is currently in.
So
Idiot
Colette is
kid.
like, oh yeah. So Colette is like, all right, so Carter, you got like some place to lay low or something?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess not necessarily a place to lay low, but a place to hold out until the storm's been weathered. On the plus side, you get to, live up to your name, cowboy.
Well, I mean, I don't mean a little showdown the OK Corral.
Let's hope it's a little better ending than that. I hope that we're Doc Holliday in that situation.
Look, I'll be honest with you. My knowledge of westerns kind of ends with John Wayne. I like that guy.
Let's just say that he survived it.
Yeah, that's what I want. Anyhow, come take a look at these 6 shooters I brought with me. If you want, you seem like you can handle yourself, so maybe you can have a pick. He opens up the trunk, and there is these are the D&D firearm list. He has a automatic rifle and a shotgun in there.
Oof. Oh. Which do I pick?
He's like, take your pick, partner.
I love this options. I'm gonna go with the shotgun.
Okay. You get a shotgun out of there, and then get back into the van, and you guys start driving back. I think this is enough time has passed for a short rest. So, Lan, you can go ahead and take the short rest option.
Cool. Then, yeah, I'll get the key back, and I'm also going to spend some hit points.
Okay, very good.
Short rest, you said?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to be switching back to Guardian armor for this. So yes, the coat is coming off.
I assume I don't get one since I'm driving.
Well, sorry, Carter?
I assume I don't get one since I'm driving.
Oh,
I'm also pretty good. I don't have really any short rest stuff that I need to regain.
Okay, yeah, you're that's true. Lamb is actually excused in the back. You're driving the van, so no need for the short rest there. When you do get back, like also Zai and Carter, if you guys want to, instead of taking a short rest, you can help kind of like prepare the area. You see, like Pumon is like breathing out some more lungs that he may be useful in the fight, and you could try and like if there's any other things you want to do to like make cover or like prepare for the battle.
And obviously,
Um,
board up the windows as best we can.
Yeah, yeah.
Leave slits so we can fire out of.
Ooh, okay.
Is there any way I could? Sorry.
no, that's fine.
Yeah,
I
we'll
was just
get
gonna,
to you right next down.
yeah, I was just gonna say that I sort of like am with the patients, sort of making sure they're okay and everything, and maybe seeing what's going on in Wampus's or Walter's head. Let's see if I can maybe reverse it.
Right. Let's see. I'll tell you what. Give me a persuasion check for Walter, aka
Okay.
Wampus. See if you can start bringing him back to normal.
Sure. Um, it's that. All right. Yep. Come on, dice. Going slow for me. It's only 11.
11. Okay, it might take a little bit longer, but he's sort of like, well, maybe life is just a big joke, and that's okay. So he's starting to get back together. Everybody else though, I mean, they're a little bit less far. Wampus's mind was so easy to break. It was like
Yeah.
it took like 15 minutes to destroy this guy.
Yeah. I will say if like anyone is like truly freaking out, I might do a calm emotions.
Okay, no need. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like because they're mostly sort of like stunned and kept drugged and stuff when they had those weird helmets on. And once those are away, they start like coming back to normal. And you see, like you realize these are just like normal people who had assorted psychological issues that like were kind of tricked into this radical new therapy that ended up being this like horrible experiment on human guinea pigs that they were kind of trapped and roped into.
Okay.
But they're starting to recover.
Okay. So I think once that's sort of like taken care of, I think I will in sort of preparation, I will cast Mage Armor.
Ooh, okay, you get major armor going. All right, Dowd.
Yeah, is there anything I could do? Because changing the arcane armor modes is a short rest, but it's literally like in an RP, he's just taking off his coat.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to, like, I mean, I think Agent Carter got you guys. I'm gonna say partial cover.
Okay.
No,
Oh, they're back. Forgot about them.
So you could do. So, is there anything else you would like to do?
So Carter and Lamb are back, right?
Yeah, they sort of pulled in here.
All right. Now it's gonna go up to Carter. So, how is she? Carter.
Oh, sorry. Lamb is gonna pull through. I wouldn't say they're okay or good, but they're gonna pull through.
Okay. Well, let's hope the rest of us pulls through. Where do you need defenses the most?
Is this just like a two-story sort of farmhouse kind of deal?
Yeah, and there's like barns and structures, including those weird lung things, which Puman says if you can get the bullet or an explosive into one of those, kaboom!
Could have them out there as landmines.
And place them in a couple of the lung creatures?
Yeah.
I can do that. All right.
Are you? What are you currently armed with?
Currently armed with Thunder Gauntlets.
Nothing long range.
I do have a built-in, what is it? Kind of like a rifle or something? Firebolt.
Okay, yeah, that would work.
Mhm.
Just yeah, you stick to the ground floor with Lamb. Zai, I don't know about him too much. I'll be up in the second floor, sort of Overwatch position, best I can.
Okay. So we're gonna set up some of these lung creatures with landmines.
No, as landmines, not with landmines.
Dang. Hate
I
those.
know we don't actually
Yeah,
have
there's
any
no landmines around.
but if they explode, they'll function well enough for what we need.
Okay.
I'm sorry, everybody. Is there a quiet place in here I can go right now?
Probably inside.
Probably one of the rooms.
Mhm.
Monsieur Poumon is like, I can brew you a mug of my lung tea.
Ugh.
Why, if it has restorative properties.
What's
It might not.
Lamb's hit points right now, though?
Oh, because of the short rest, she's back up at full.
Okay.
I
had
spent
cure.
all of her hit dice to do it, but she is back up to full.
Okay. I had cure wounds just in case.
Yeah,
no,
I still have all my lay on hands as well.
You
Lamb,
can
are
tell,
you-
like, her powers are not all together right now. Like, she's moving real slow. Like, it's a struggle for her to propel herself.
See, Lamb, are you at a level of exhaustion?
She's at 3 levels of exhaustion.
Ooh,
Mhm.
okay. Well, Kumon gives you some of the lung tea. It is a restorative. It will reduce 1 level of exhaustion. Snare dis of the 2.
Oh, okay. So she's still at half speed and she has disadvantages on ability checks, but she'll be able to fight.
Okay.
It helps.
I mean, she's
breathe
gonna
better.
move slow while she's fighting, but she can fight.
Hmm. Well, as you drink that, Wampus, who has been staring out one of the boarded up windows, is like, "Oh no, the bad man's here. He's gonna go ahead and tell me that like choosing the path of the clown was a bad career move and just ruin me with his cruel insights. He's coming
Wampus.
right down the path."
Wampus, listen to me right now.
Yeah,
We are who we choose to be, not what they want us to be.
we are who we choose to be. And with that heroic motion, it is time to roll initiative. As you guys do see, I'm hitting run an encounter right now. You guys do see Dr. Kerrigan coming down the path. He has 2 of those orderlies who survived with him. There is also Pumon's there helping out, and Coletta is going up to the top floor as well to help out there with his weapons.
FYI, I am at disadvantage on initiative because initiative is an ability check.
Ooh, okay. I will also say, as long as you stay in the house, you guys get half cover. So that's a +2 bonus to your armor class for things that would make sense for that. Which some stuff will, some stuff won't. That's when you're inside of the house.
Just
And
so I
of
can,
course- Go ahead.
just so I can share it with the audience, what she rolled on that was a 20 and a 1. She has a 3 in her
boy.
initiative.
Oh,
Mm.
wow. Disadvantage. Oof.
Pretty rough.
That is
Yeah.
rough.
Okay, well, we are starting at least with Agent Carter. So you're up there on the top floor, and you see Dr. Kerrigan, who is now like looking a little bit different. He's still wearing his white coat, still the same kind of like willowy, scholarly build to him. But he now has one of those square black like helmets covering his head and face, which he's kind of like using as sort of a psychic amplifier. And he has those 2 orderlies, just those guys with like one giant eyeball in the center of their heads, marching along with him as he enters the farm.
Okay, well, here we go. Gonna take my pistol and call out before I fire. It's Dr. Kerrigan, right?
Yeah, Kerrigan's his name.
Dr. Kerrigan looks like You've seen some better days, haven't you?
He looks back up, and you hear in your mind. He's speaking psychically to you. And he's like, you become real problems.
Well, here's one more. Then I fire.
Oh boy. Okay.
Is he within 30 feet, or is he further out, like 90 feet?
I'd say he's been 30.
Okay.
So go ahead. You have to beat a 13 to hit. Oh my god.
Natural 20.
26. Wow. Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay. I'm also gonna pump in one more divine smite with this.
Oh man. Okay.
So here's the regular gun damage.
Mhm.
It's not great. 11.
11. Okay, so let's give me the total. So you got 11, and then what's next is the divine smites.
Yes, which is just a.
I'll pump in
what's
the
it?
11 right now. So okay, give me the next bit.
48.
Oh man, 48. Okay. 15.
So
Ooh.
it's not a great roll, but it's a roll.
Oh man, that's a good chunk. So he's like, you and your friends have become real problems, and you're like, well, here's one more, and just blam, and this bullet imbued with the energy of that weird alien deity you encountered so long ago just zooms down, like rips into his chest, like the blasts outwards. You see like his tie and lab coat just ruined, stained red as his flesh is torn apart. He like flicks back, his arm pinwheeling out. But then his head, like his neck straightens up. You feel like psychic energy from that mass, from his mind, kind of holding his body together. And he's like, and then you hear again in your brain, real problems. I think that this time, when I destroy the minds of you and your friends, I'm not going to build them back up. I'm just going to leave you as weak, screaming, psychological nothings that I'll keep around as souvenirs to remind people of what happens when you make an enemy of me. And he's going to do a psychic attack on you, so I'm afraid this one, you don't get partial cover from this. You got to beat a DC 14 wisdom roll. Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
Yeah.
6.
Oh no. Okay.
It cheated on the 18 for a second and flipped over.
Oh. All right. Well, for damage, only 5 damage. However, until the end of his next turn, you do have disadvantage on your attack roll.
Got it.
Okay.
All that stuff about destroying our minds was just said into Carter's minds, right? Like that was not said aloud.
Yeah, that was just in Carter's mind. He might talk to other people, I think.
Sure.
I wonder, can he see anybody else right now? I think he is actually going to do the same thing to. I think he's going to do it to Monsieur Poumon.
No.
Yeah, he sees Poumon in there. I'm gonna see if he can do, because he's Poumon's his former patient. So you see like that box kind of like face Poumon. However, yeah, so you see his that boxy mask on his head like just spins around, faces where Poumon is hiding. You think like some kind of psychic communication is going on, and then Poumon is like, no, you have done enough horrible things to me. I'm never going back there. And Poumon does not take damage or get disadvantage, so he's okay. All right, next up is the first of the orderlies. This guy charges in to the door. He runs up. He's gonna like try and, he's gonna try and. This guy's gonna smash open the door, I think. While the other one's gonna. Well, we'll see what he does. But I assume you guys I don't know if anybody put any like furniture or like blockaded the door.
If we were preparing for a siege, maybe.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna
We didn't
well, here,
really
I'll
say.
also do an attack roll on the door. And
Okay.
we'll just be like, okay, well, he got a 22 on that guy. So I think even if you did put stuff on there, that door is going down.
We did remember to lock the door.
Okay, well, you locked it, but he bursts right through like the Kool-Aid Man, so it doesn't matter. But he is he's now inside the farmhouse. Okay, that's his turn. Zai, you're up. Next is Dow.
I've got something.
On, then Coletta, then the other orderly, and then last is Lamb.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, Zai right now.
Lamb's got her hand up.
Oh, yeah, Lamb, go ahead.
Yeah, because people could possibly be attacking her in between then before her turn happens. And I want to make sure that I know what her position is. Like, I don't want her to just be assigned to being by the door, which she definitely wouldn't have been. Like, if there's an upstairs area in this place, that's where she is right now.
Got it. Okay, so you're upstairs.
If such a thing exists, because she was trying to get to a quiet room by herself. So that is where she would be.
Got it. You're up there.
Okay.
Okay, Zai, where are you in the house?
Probably downstairs with sort of, I guess, obviously not like right next to the door, so, but
All right, yeah, you're done. You're downstairs. This orderly has just smashed through and is now in like the living room. What are you doing? You also see Dr. Kerrigan outside.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, Zai will pull out his orb and sort of twirl it around in his hand, and then just sort of like whisper in a strange language that only him and maybe one or two other people know, also known as Quarry. And he's going to, and that language is going to reverberate into the mind of the orderly as I cast Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so that's a save, right?
Yes, Wisdom save, DC 14.
Awesome. Wisdom, he gets a +0 to this. Let's see if he can beat a 15. Ooh, he rolled really well. He got an 18 on that one.
Okay, so I believe he takes half and is not frightened.
Okay.
So, ooh, I rolled terribly. He takes 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay, well, it's not nothing. He's looking pretty hurt, or not pretty hurt. But he's looking a little hurt.
Okay.
Anything else for Zai?
I don't think I have a bonus action as more damage. No, I'm just going to sort of like move into cover. I think.
You're moving like further back into the house?
Yeah, and sort of like if there's like a tape or like a short wall, he'll sort of be behind it.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Dowd.
So I was about to go. Of course I switched to the gauntlets when it's a ranged fight. But then this guy moved in close.
He is close. His friend is outside, and so is Dr. Kerrigan.
Okay. Well, if they're coming in... Got it. The other orderly is right in the door, right?
Yes. One of the orderlies took down the door. The other one is still outside.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Grease right in the doorway.
Oh, man. Okay.
So, little oil slick under his arms comes out of Dowd. It's like, sprays the entryway with grease. If one of them is there, must succeed on a Dex saving throw, DC 14, I believe. Yep. Or else fall prone.
Ooh, okay. He does have a +2 to this, so he's got to beat a 12. Let's see how he does.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's a 2 for a total of 4. He face plants.
Yep. and that entire area is now difficult terrain in a 10-foot square.
Oh, amazing. Okay, yeah. This guy has just yes, so you like squirt the grease right out. He just like he's got those like lace up like orderly boots that just go over that greasy floor, and he plops right down.
I
Okay.
will say there is a bit of mustard mixed in with the grease, since he sucked that up with prestidigitation, like in the first game.
Oh wow, the mustard callback. Ooh, I love it. Okay. That brings us to Monsieur Poumon. He's still keeping his sanity. His mind is still his own. He is going to he levitates one of the or actually he gets advantage on the guy on the ground. He breathes out to one of his lungs, forming a projectile which flies out and is going to try and blast into this downed orderly. He gets advantage on it. 22, the higher one, that definitely hits. Let me go ahead and do the damage for this lung attack. All right, pretty solid. 8 damage. Orderly isn't looking so good. Okay, after that, we got Coletta up, who is upstairs. I think Coletta's going to take a shot at the orderly that's still outside. So he definitely gets a +3 to this. He has his own revolvers. Firearms through the window. Unfortunately, he rolled a 9. He does not do it. So he's a little upset about that. Was swearing as his pistols thundering off through the window there. Okay, next up, the other orderly. This one is going to try and use its eye beam to stun Dowd. So Dowd, because you're in partial cover, you get +2 to your armor class. You now have, I think, 20 armor class?
21.
21 armor. Oh, incredible. Okay. Ooh, he got an 18 total. That is not over a 21.
Okay.
Okay, so I think, let's see. After he does that, he's going to move a little bit closer, but he's not quite going in just yet. So he's closer to the house. And then, that's his turn. Lamb, it is your turn now. And then we're back to the top with Agent Carter.
Okay. From this upstairs window, how far away is Dr. Kerrigan?
He's about 30 feet or so. He's straight outside.
Okay, makes sense. Lamb, she does not currently have the arms activated. I never said that she did, so I'm not going to retroactively say that they're going, because they're not.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to bonus action, use her key to do Step of the Wind.
Ooh, okay.
Now Step of the Wind doubles her jump also. So this should give her enough that she can jump to the ground without hurting herself. Does that make sense?
Right. Kind of using your psychic power to cushion your fall.
Yeah, pretty much. Rather than using my reaction, because I'm trying to keep my reaction.
Super cool. Okay.
So, because slow fall uses your reaction and I want to keep it, there's reasons. And she's going to use it to use what she's doing to move up to him, because she's seen that this helmet does something, right?
I mean, he's wearing it to sort of amplify his psychic powers a bit. I mean, he has a power maybe it's using it to focus them. It does something, but you're not sure what exactly.
Right, but her action is to basically use her telekinetic mage hand to get the helmet off of him.
Ooh.
So it's an invisible mage hand, because this is telekinesis.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of does that thing with him and to knock the helmet off his head. But before she does that, she says, "Let's be honest, I don't really have that much interest in the other people in there. Perhaps if you just take me, that will satisfy you. You can see what I can do.
Ooh. He hears your voice, then you hear his own voice in your mind, being like, "Oh, you poor deluded child. I need blank slates, and you're far too damaged for my uses."
I wonder how much you also need that helmet. And that's when she'll, you know, telekinetically try to get it off of his head. This is Mage Hand. She's not trying to grapple him. She is just trying to move an object that is presumably less than 10 pounds.
Yes. Okay. I'll tell you what. I think I'm gonna give him a save against this.
Okay. If you need a DC, the DC for her general is, I believe, 14.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm just double checking because it's ridiculously hard to find on a monk what the DC is. Yep, it's 14.
14. Okay, I'm rolling in front of the board.
Mhm.
Wow, a 2.
All right, that helmet is off his head and back into her hands.
Yeah, you just force grip. Please don't sue us, George Lucas. But yeah, and the helmet just rips right out of his head, flies over, zooms into your hand.
Yeah. And she doesn't really have very much movement to get away. She'll move back just a little bit, but that's about all she can do.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that was action and bonus action and movement, so she's got nothing left. I just wanted to use her telekinesis to do something rad. And also stupid, because now she's out here on the lawn, but she really doesn't care.
Ooh, very cool. Okay. Okay, so now it is Agent Carter's turn.
I feel this happened with Lamb, correct?
Yeah, that happened right before your turn.
Lamb, out of the way! And I'm going to take another shot at him. And I know I have disadvantage on this.
Yeah, she wasn't right next to him anyway, and she moved back a little bit more, so...
Yeah,
Right.
but being anywhere in a cone of invisibility of a gun is not a good...
Yeah.
I should let them know that I'm firing.
Okay, you open fire. You gotta beat a 13 to hit him.
Ooh, only hit a 10.
Ugh, that is not enough. You fire and it goes wide. Okay, anything else for Agent Carter?
Yeah, I'm gonna stow the pistol, unsling the shotgun, and is there just kind of run out of the room and mantle over the banister, try to get down to the door as best I can.
Right. Yeah, you do that easily within 30 feet. Dash down the stairs, swing over, and you land right there on the first floor.
Remember, there is a bunch of oil in the doorway.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I just landed there, was just chasing after Lamb.
Oh dear.
Well, you do see, the orderly on the floor who took that spill in the oil.
Oh yikes!
Yes,
That's
you see.
all I can do.
Okay. All right. So now it is Dr. Kerrigan's turn. Without the helmet, you see his eyes are very much reddened. They're bloodshot. He's freaking out. You can tell that he probably had other he's given himself some psychic abilities that he could focus with that helmet, which would be spells, other spells that he could do, but now he's not able to do them. He just has his own what psychic stuff he can pull off himself. So he is going to use one of those. First one is going to be on Lamb.
Obviously.
Yeah. So he looks at you, Lamb. You feel that psychic, the words burning into your brain, "Girl, give that back," and you're going to do a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Nope, she failed.
Ooh, okay. So you're going to take some damage.
Sounds good. Let me know how much.
I'm afraid you're going to take 8 damage.
Great. Now something happens.
Ooh,
because she is using her reaction, which I purposefully saved.
All right. Yes. What's the reaction?
Okay, great. The reaction is she telekinetically does a reprisal on him. He needs to make a DC 14 strength saving throw.
Nice. Okay. Strength. He's not very strong. Got a -1 to this. So what does he have to beat?
14.
14. Ooh, with a 9, he does not do it. All right. So
Great. He is shoved 10 feet away from her.
Ooh, okay.
For one. That's one of the things. And he also takes force damage from this as normally her arms don't manifest unless she's commanding them to, but this is as a reaction. The two spindly glowing arms reach out from behind her, grab him and push him back 10 feet, crushing into his shoulders while they do it. And he takes 8 force damage from this.
Nice.
Because they do not gently move him back. They move him back in a vicious way.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so he makes this like psychic move. You feel, psychic pain blast into you, and then you just like lash out, send him flying. He like crashes into the wall of the barn. You see like the wood splinter, he like sinks down. He's still on his feet. But that definitely hurt him. He's still up, but he's looking more and more hurt.
Yeah, and the secondary effect on this is disadvantage on my next attack, is that correct?
Yes.
Just my next one or several more?
All attack rolls until the end of his next turn.
His next turn, got it. Thank you.
So Carter, you don't have to deal with it anymore. He is going to do his other one. I believe he can see Dowd. He's going to try and hit Dowd with this too. So Sergeant Dowd, I'm afraid you got to do a DC 14 saving throw.
Wisdom.
Wisdom throw. Wisdom.
11.
11. Okay. I'm afraid you're also going to take some psychic damage. You take 9 damage.
Okay.
And you are also going to get disadvantage on attack rolls until your next move. You just hear, like, as you were psychically hurt, like, and you, the machine, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. They've already broken you down.
Get off my head! And it's kind of hurt.
Okay. We do have, that's the end of his turn, though. And he has spells, but he can't cast them. He needs that helmet. Okay, next is the orderly in the doorway. This is the one who totally beefed it, thanks to that grease stain. Dowd, does he like have disadvantage on like getting back up, or what is he? Or he's like, can he get out of there?
When you see what grease does, I think it's just difficult terrain, and if it enters or ends its turn there, it must succeed in a dex saving throw or fall prone. But it's already prone.
It's already prone. Okay. I think it's gonna like he picks himself up instead of like he's all covered in this grease. He's
And
gonna
mustard.
kind of
Grease and mustard.
Oh, grease and mustard. Lots of this gross mustard stain. And he is gonna try and hit you with an eye beam.
Okay.
All right, he gets a
Nice.
+4 to this.
I still don't have half cover on this because
He's inside the house too. He only rolled a 15 though, so I think that's a miss.
Yep, that's a miss.
Nice. So he manages to stand up. He blasts you with the eye beam. It just goes right into your armor, and you are okay. Next up, Zai.
Is it still in the grease?
Oh, he did move out of the grease. He just stepped out of there.
Nah.
Still dripping with it though. He's covered in it and mustard.
Okay.
You know what? We're gonna try this. So Zai is going to basically look at, I sort of like get up from his crouching position, look at the order, and be like, I suggest you leave, and I'm going to suggest that he walks out the door.
Ooh, suggestion. Okay, so that's a wisdom saving throw.
Yes,
All right, what does he got to beat?
14.
Okay, he gets a 0 to this, so let's just see what he rolls. That's a 4.
All right. So on his turn, he has to leave the door.
Wow, and walk right back through the grease.
Uh huh.
Yes.
Amazing, I love it. Zai, anything else?
That is my action.
And by the way, as long as concentration is maintained, this guy's gonna keep trying to leave
Okay.
So,
for 8 hours.
yep.
Small amount of time.
Wow.
Yeah. So until he is able to leave the door, or I guess. Well, I didn't really specify. I just said.
Yeah, I
leave.
think you just said leave. So
Yeah.
how far leaving is for him? And
Yeah.
Well, they are like mindless, so we'll see what he does.
Yeah.
Anything else, Zai?
No, I think that'll be it.
Okay. That brings us to Dowd.
Okay. So with suggestion, if I attack them, it goes off or something.
I believe that with this level of suggestion, yes, but that's near the very end of the spell. I can check it for y'all.
Okay.
Right. I will say he looks pretty messed up. He's been hit real bad with a lung and I think blasted with that dissonant whisper, so he's not looking so good right now.
Yes, if you or any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends.
Okay.
So a powerful blow could probably take him out. The other one, the one outside, has not been hit at all. And then
Yeah.
Dr. Kerrigan is looking pretty rough himself, but
Yeah. So
not close to being out though.
I could have said, basically told Dowd, go for the other one. Just leave this one for now.
Gotcha. Okay. So I think Dowd is going to move outside through the doorway. Yes, with the greaves, but I got something for it.
Ooh, okay. Let me hear it.
So it's 30 feet of movement, and Dowd's going through the grease, so I just want him outside. So when the dex save happens, where is it? As a reaction, he's going to spend a charge of his Armor of Magical Strength to not be knocked prone.
Oh. Okay, and only if it fails as well.
Yeah, pretty much. But either way, Dowd's just walking through the grease. And now that he's outside, he's going to point at that one orderly that hasn't been hurt, and as a bonus action, he's going to cast Hex on it.
Ooh.
So, same effect as its teleport. It's like destabilizing the atoms of the orderly.
Nice. Is there an attack roll for this or no?
Don't believe so. It's just Hex.
It just
Place a
happens.
curse on the creature. Just happens. And with
Nice.
that, gonna use Firebolt on it, finally.
Okay, you do have disadvantage on this one. This is an attack roll.
Okay, so that's a 25 and a 21. So 21.
Oh, that definitely hits. Wow, even
Okay,
disadvantage.
wow.
Oh no!
For
And then
total-
1 damage.
Yes, but it adds a bonus d6 because of the Hex.
Ooh, okay. Give me the bonus damage.
4. So a total of 5 damage.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty. I mean, he's not looking so good now.
Okay.
But yeah, you make your way through the grease and just like unload on him. It's kind of a glancing blow, but it does definitely hurts him.
hmm
All right.
If everybody notices what Zai posted in the chat, there's when you hex, you designate an ability for the orderly to have disadvantage on.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Would you like him to have disadvantage on?
Keep in mind this doesn't affect attacks. Yeah, it's checks only. But that would
Checks
include things like grapples.
Grapples? Okay.
Mhm.
Don't really know what everyone's using. Would Wisdom be alright for a check? Okay.
Wisdom is good because it messes up their ability to know what's going on, sure.
Okay. Wisdom it is then. That's disability on Wisdom checks.
Nice. Okay, that brings us to Monsieur Poumon. I'm gonna have him do a quick Arcana. It's a +4 in it. He is going to try and like power up one of his creations outside. He did pretty good with a 19. So you see, like he like looks out, he gets a psychic connection with one of the lungs that he's set up out there. This is one that's kind of close to the barn where Dr. Kerrigan was thrown. And it starts to like inflate, get a bit bigger, pulse with like this red light. And he shouts out like, "You can hit that. Then this lung will let out the biggest breath you can imagine. Okay. Next up is Coletta. He is going to shoot the orderly outside. See if we can hit him. 15. That is going to do it. He takes his revolver, fires down. 7 damage. A substantial hit. That orderly is not looking so good. It is his turn. He's been blasted. He's been shot. He does see Dowd outside. He's going to try and use his I-beam on him to stun him. So, Dowd, you got your armor is now 19?
19, since I'm out of cover.
Ooh, okay. I'm afraid he is hitting you this time with a 21.
Yeesh.
So he's going to do some damage. It's 2d4 damage to you, first of all.
Mhm.
Okay, that's 5 damage.
Mhm.
And then I'm afraid you got to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, or you are paralyzed.
Well, at least I'm good at con saves. 15.
Okay, you are not paralyzed. He blasts you with the I-beam, he hurts you, but you do not freeze up. That is his turn. It is now Lamb's turn.
Okay, so we were told to pop a lung if we can.
Yeah,
But
it will create an explosion though, so it might hurt you.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
if she gets within 10 feet of it, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
So, also, I'm pretty sure he's fairly far away from her right now because she's shoved him and shoved him again.
That's
Like,
true. He
so-
smashed into the barn right now.
Yeah, so, however far away he is at the moment, it's probably more than 20 feet. Correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like it.
Oh yeah, more than 20 feet for sure.
Is Zai isn't that far from her though, right? Zai's back in the house.
Yeah, he about 30 feet to get there.
Okay, great. If it's 30 feet, then that's the exact amount I need. Her action is to mage hand the helmet back to Zai.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know if this might be useful, but better with you than out here. So that's her action. If she moves 20 feet forward, would she be within 10 feet of both the doctor and the orderly?
Oh, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, great. So she does move 20 feet forward, and bonus action activates her arms. That is a save that they both will have to make. Obviously that costs her a key point.
All right.
Okay, so when she summons them, they both need to make dexterity saving throws DC 14.
Okay, Dr. Kerrigan's surprisingly dexterous. He gets a 13 to this. Ooh,
He gets to add 13?
No, sorry, he gets to add a +3 to this.
Okay.
So I say it's a beta. He gets a beta 13. He rolled a 15, so he got 8.
Okay, so he takes none of this damage. What about the orderly?
The orderly. All right, he's less dexterous, a +2. So he would have to get an 11 to beat this. He rolled a 5, so got a 7 total. So
Okay,
yeah,
so the
he did
orderly will take the force damage as the arms activate and twirl around her for a bit, like scythes.
Nice. How much
Um,
damage?
They will take 5 force damage.
Ooh, he is dead.
She's got no movement left. I know that she's within 10 feet of the lung. If it explodes, it explodes, and if she gets hurt, she gets hurt. That's life.
Okay. Yeah, that orderly, just like, what does it look like when you take him apart?
Basically the hand like rips right into it and liquefies it on the inside, and it kind of collapses into itself.
Oh man, yeah, it just like shrinks over there. It's like the eye that is like in its head kind of like rolls out, just dead on the ground.
Because if you remember, in the last game, she did tell the good doctor, if I wanted to, I could destroy your organs. That's
Whoa,
what she
well.
just did to this orderly. The hand reached into it and just crushed what was in there.
Brutal. Yeah, he's super dead. Okay, so one orderly's down, one is still alive. He's the one who is inside leaving the house, and we'll have to go through the grease again. And then we still have Kerrigan, who's alive. Carter, it's up to you. And you do not have disadvantage now on your attack rolls.
Got it. Is the other orderly still in the house as he left? Or it left?
He's like about to head out. He leaves on his turn, so he's still in the house at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna just shoot the shotgun.
Okay, you have to beat a 12.
Okay, 23.
Oh man.
Sorry, Zai.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll damage. I'm gonna say he is.
It happens.
I'll just tell you right now, he has 11 health left.
Exactly 11.
Oh.
Sorry,
dude.
Zai.
No, Zai just sort of like looks over at Carter, and just like, no, that's one way to do it.
There's an enemy, I shoot the enemy, and then as I blast this thing out of my way, I am going to basically run out, heading towards Lamb.
Careful degrees.
Wait, what? Ooh.
Oh no. I'll have you do the save right now. Give me a dexterity save. And Dowd, what does he have to beat?
DC 14 Dex.
14.
I
Else you
rolled
are
an
covered
18.
in oil and mustard.
You rolled an 18?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
man. Carter, you get that warm, you like expertly leap over the mustard. Not even a little bit of mustard gets on your shoots.
Why is there mustard? Where did it come from?
Ash down.
I'm just gonna keep on rushing out towards Lamb.
Okay. You got
think that probably-
Kerrigan is next.
Yeah.
Okay, he's in a tough situation now. He can't cast his spells, which he's really planning on, at least for some of them. His 2 goons are dead. He's gonna start moving back. Like, he picks himself up and starts heading out of the barn, and is starting to like dash back to the hills. On the way out, he is gonna hit. Let's see, who do you target rich environment here? Oh, I know what he's gonna. Okay, so first of all, he is gonna try and hit. I think Dowd one more time. So Dowd, you gotta do a DC 14 saving throw.
DC 14. Wisdom?
Yes, Wisdom.
7.
All right, you're gonna take some damage there. 11 damage.
Still up.
Still up. Okay. And you have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
Dang it.
Other one he is going to do again on Pumon. And you can tell when he's doing it on Pumon, there is a little, he's like trying to control him. So Pumon's got to beat a 14. What's Pumon's wisdom? Pumon did not do it. Okay. So he looks back, he links eyes with Pumon, and he's like, no matter how many times you run, you are mine. And this time it works. Pumon does take 2. Do a quick check there. 2d8 damage. So Pumon took 5 damage.
Okay.
He's hurt, but he's still up. But even worse than that, he kind of takes control of Pumon's power for a bit.
Oh no.
And you see Pumon, against his will, is starting to inflate and explode that lung sculpture that's in the middle there. And now it's kind of like angled towards Lamb and Carter. So Dowd, Zai, you got to find some way to like get them out of there, kill Kerrigan, or break Pumon free from this mind control before that happens.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's the end of his turn. He's like dashing kind of like through the barn, trying to make it to the trees to escape. Orderly in the house is dead. Now it is Zai's turn.
Okay. Yeah. So if I know where one is, and obviously, I'm guessing I can see him. Yeah, I'm gonna try and sort of do essentially a counter with a suggestion of, come on, stop this now. Just
Are you casting this on Kumon
Yes.
or on? Ooh, okay. All right, so it's a Wisdom save.
yes,
Okay, Kumon gets a 0 to this. What does he have to beat?
14.
14. Okay, he's rolling. Rolling in front of the board. Oh, a 10.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, very good move. You can see like once your energy kind of your psychic energy goes into his mind, counteracts the energy of Dr. Kerrigan, and yeah, he is back to his normal self. That lung explosive deflates and is now not going to explode. I'm gonna put the lights in my room on real quick because I'm getting a weird shadow darkness around my hair. It's looking
Looks
weird.
like you got an afro, man.
You're disappearing.
Mhm.
The scenes in Back
There
to
we
the
go.
Future. Spoiler warning for a movie that's 37 years old.
Yeah, someone went to the past and made sure my parents didn't meet at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, but don't worry, it's all okay now. Biff is defeated.
All right.
We did it, folks. We beat Biff. Zai, anything else?
How far away is the good doctor from me?
I would say, let's see. I mean, he uses action. From you, he's maybe about 60 feet at this point.
Dang.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he used his action to do that, and then he used his movement. So he didn't dash or anything, but still, he went a full 30.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna be cheeky. But I think. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really do much else. Basically, just gonna be at the window.
Nice. Okay. Next up, Sergeant Dowd.
Okay, so I'm currently outside. How far would that make Kerrigan away from me?
Maybe 30, 45 feet from you.
Okay, and where's that lung creature that was about to explode?
That one's about maybe 15 feet away from you.
Okay, so I have my movement speed. Now, I just want to run it by you before I do it. I
Okay.
can't just pick up this thing and lob it at Kerrigan like a grenade, can I?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I
It's
can.
big, but it's very lightweight. It is, after all, only filled with air.
Okay, so that's exactly what Dowd's gonna do.
Oh man. Okay. So make a ranged attack. No proficiency. You do have disadvantage because he did curse you.
Dang, forgot about that.
Yeah. The
So-
good news
I
is
will
it's
say this is
explode.
very similar to what Lamb was about to do. So if this
Yeah.
doesn't work, maybe she can do a pickup.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it might be better for Lamb to do it anyways, since I got disadvantage right now.
True.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll leave it to Lamb then. What I can do is move the remaining 15 feet towards Kerrigan. Am I in close range of him?
For ranged attacks, yeah. Probably not in melee with him though.
Dang, should have kept with range. Alright, bonus action. I'm going to switch the hex to him. He now has disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Nice. Okay, disadvantage on dex.
And I'm going to shoot him with a firebolt.
Nice. Gotta beat a
You have
13.
disadvantage.
Oh, that hits.
14.
Still hits. You only gotta beat a 13 for him.
Awesome. Take 6 fire damage with an additional 4. So 10 total.
10 damage. Okay. Oof.
So just shoot him.
Yeah, you just like step up, unload, blast into his back. He's still kind of running along, looking back at you. But yeah, he is hurt.
You might
Okay.
want to turn around, Kerrigan. We have a surprise for you.
Ooh, all right. Next up, we got Puman. He's shaking it off. I think he is gonna power up his that lung even more. I'm gonna let him do an Arcana check, see if he can pull that off. Okay, 16. Yeah, that lung's looking more and more powerful. We got Coletta, who's gonna take a final parting shot with his pistol. He just hit him, so he's gonna do a little bit more damage to Kerrigan. All right, only 4 damage, but it helps. Okay. Yeah, he just like fires his pistol through the window, blasting the Kerrigan's shoulder. Got the dead orderly. Now it is Lamb's turn.
You muted.
Yep, hard to get back to. Okay. I realized I was muted. My screen said it, and it's like, oh no, I'm so far away. So this is Lamb's plan. He is within 40 feet of her, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, great. She is going to take the mage hand ability to move this lung. Okay. This is with her action, so the mage hand itself is kind of holding on to the lung as she bonus action dashes, so that she can move quickly. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Now if he isn't too terribly far away, and I'm not sure how far away he is right now.
Only
like
30.
How far away was he from the lung?
About 30, because the lung was kind of where you were. So,
then she doesn't even need to dash at all. She just moves up to the lung, position as her action positions the lung to be next to Kerrigan.
Mm-hmm.
And how close is Dowd right now to Kerrigan? I'm worried about this explosion.
Right. Well, Dowd was about 30 feet away. I don't think the explosion will hit him. It's only going to be a 30 feet. It's going to be a 30 by 30 explosion. You will be in it, though.
Huh?
You might be in it, Lane. Is that okay?
Why would she be in it? She's 30 feet away.
Oh, you're going to throw it. Okay.
She's using her mage hand to move it.
Oh, right. For some reason, I was imagining you, like, bashing, like, hitting him with it. But yeah, using mage hand to do that. Okay,
no, she's positioning it as her action.
Right. Okay.
And she says, like, as she's positioning it, like, quietly, like, I'm not broken. And then she looks up and says, Carter, shoot it.
Ooh,
at the end
nice.
of her turn.
Okay.
She moves back a little bit, too, because she didn't have to move to really position. Well, she had to move up to the lung to position it, but she'll just move back a little bit more.
Right. Okay, you swing into position, and you hurl it in front of you. And yeah, it is now, like, right next to Kerrigan. Okay, Carter, it is yours. Anything else, Lamb?
No, that's it. She's seeing that Carter's deadly with a gun, so she's expecting that Carter can take this shot.
Okay, Carter, it is your turn. It is going to be I'm going to say 12 to shoot this thing.
12 to shoot this thing?
Yeah.
As I run out, I ditch the shotgun and pull my pistol out. And as I take aim with this, I say, Kerrigan, your whole theories are full of hot air.
Ooh, okay.
25 to hit.
25. Okay. I'm gonna roll. I wish it could. Can I roll more than? This is the. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna roll some dice here. Oh man. Okay. You shoot it. It blows up. There is a tremendous explosion. The barn is destroyed. Kerrigan is hurled back into the woods. He crashes down amongst the branches. You see fire consuming everything, and there's just this humongous cloud of smoke. And that is all you see.
That was insane.
Okay. And with that, Lamb?
She doesn't trust that he's dead unless she goes over to see that he's dead.
Yeah.
Agreed, yeah. Definitely check the body.
Always confirm.
Okay,
the kill.
you guys head towards the woods. Lamb, give me a perception check. We're out of combat now, so everybody can do this too if you want.
Unfortunately, she is at disadvantage for perception because this is a skill.
Oh, okay. Others can as well. We're out of combat here.
You have advantage on it, so I'll do one as well.
Yeah, I've only got a
is the
10.
highest.
14.
14. Okay.
I think Dowd had a 17.
No, it was a 14.
Okay, sorry.
I think. Did it count the other one? Yeah, it only did it once. No, it did. 14.
Or, I'm gonna say a 14's enough.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys do spot him. He's like he's wounded. He's all like blown up from the explosion. He's kind of like crawling away and trying to hide amongst
Okay.
the branches.
Can I have Lamb do a thing? It's gonna be gruesome. I'm just
Yeah,
letting
go
you all
ahead.
know that.
I'll tell you. I'll say he is 5 health left.
She looks down at him.
Yeah. So this doesn't finish him. I think he will make it away.
Right. I told you before, Doctor. I can liquefy your organs. And she begins attacking him with the arms. She still has key left.
Okay, roll those attacks. Got to
Okay,
be a
so-
13.
Got it. He is prone currently, yes? He's like crawling away.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So you've
She has advantage because she removed the level of exhaustion that gives her disadvantage on attacks.
right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's a 16 on the first one.
Okay.
And
you can roll damage there if you want to.
that is 7 points of force damage.
Yeah, he's super dead.
She just, like, you see one of the arms reach into him, and you can't see what she's done, but she causes his heart to explode.
Oh man.
And then
just,
she
like,
spits on him.
Whoa! He just like gurgles, some like blood wells up out of his mouth, and he just rolls over and is dead. That is the end of Dr. Kerrigan.
Well,
And
sorry.
oh yeah, Dowd.
Dowd pulls out a smoke.
Because he called
well
her.
done, everyone.
Thank you. He called her broken in this one, didn't he?
He did.
believe,
Yeah, her
yeah.
useless. Yeah.
Useless.
Ooh, okay, so after that brutal showdown, 1 week passes.
Oh, well, she doesn't have exhaustion anymore.
Yes, everybody's nice and rested up. You guys are air back to the Hermitage. Pumon helps. Oh, Zai.
Could I have like take a look at the helmet like in our travels and like try to figure out exactly what it does,
Yeah,
if it
give
like
me-
would
give me an
hurt technical or anything like that?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay, that's just gonna be a straight roll. Woo. Hit. Yeah, he doesn't know this thing's 3.
You might want to check it out later, but it looks like the helmet that you were wearing, but like there's the glasses are not so tinted, so you can see where you're going at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, beyond that, you have no idea. It's not. There's no tape recorder hooked up to say mean things to you though. So
Still. not
yeah,
gonna
there
put
might
down.
be something more with it though. Okay, so a week has passed. Everybody's back at the Hermitage. You've all rested up. Pumon helps the victims of Harrow House like get back to their families and readjust themselves to society. And he again, because a lot of them do have weird powers, they kind of stay in touch and work with each other. And it's going to be difficult. Pumon is staying on the farm, just like keeping himself away from the public and dealing as best as he can with his weird lung powers. So you guys are back at the Hermitage. You're resting, relaxing. We're gonna check in with Agent Carter. Carter, you are just like you're in your quarters of the Hermitage, just like resting up, and then you feel something a little strange, kind of at like the bottom of your chest, a little bit above your hip, the area that's kind of like always covered up on your body.
I go over, make sure my door's locked, and move my top to see what's to sort of take a look at it.
Yeah, you see there is a little bit of moss growing there out of your skin.
Gently brush it off as best I can.
Yeah, it's not coming off. It's like in your skin. It's a part of you, like like hair or something else. And you know, like as your fingers kind of intersect with this, you can feel Velcott, entity you met in that with Dawn's disciples a couple years back that changed you. You can feel that more of the entity like going into your bloodstream and changing you. This actually counts as a magical item, Velcott's fungal growth. And you can now add, very weird magical item, but it's kind of like, it works a little bit like inspiration, or a bardic inspiration. You can give a d6 to any non-damage roll once per long rest.
Got it.
Yeah, so you could add it to an attack roll, or a skill check, or a saving throw. You can decide. You can add to whatever you want. It's a d6, so it could change things, but d6 is what it is. Resets every long rest, so it could be useful.
Okay.
And as you're feeling this, this moss kind of tingle, and you feel that weird alien power, you get a little call on the intercom of the Hermitage, being like, Agent Carter, please meet at the. I'm trying to think what would fun. Please meet at the docks immediately.
Okay. I put my shirt back on and I jacket over, stow my gun, and go out to see what's they're looking for.
Okay, and as you're heading over, the message also says, Sergeant Down, please report for meeting at the docks immediately. And Dowd, you were actually in your, your power room, the operating room, where they are. You see, Dr. Happy, the doctor who is sort of instrumental in tomorrow's soldier program and itself put you together, is giving you a new enhancement. He's like, all right, a little bit of extra armor plating there because you've been taking some hits, my man.
Well, know what they say. The hits get harder, but so do we.
Yeah.
It's a way of saying.
That's
We
my
used
down.
to say that in our unit. Sorry. It's corny as hell.
No. Well, hey, with this, you can take the hits. I'm sure you can. And you get some enhanced armor, which can give you 1 extra armor class.
Huh.
Plus 1 to your AC.
So I have 20 AC.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, are you heading over to the docks as well for your meeting? As he finishes installing this new enhanced armor on you.
Yep. Doesn't matter how many bits and pieces they add to me. Still me. Right, Doc?
He's like, he's already like going to his record collection to put on something else and being like, yeah, man, whatever you say.
Typical. Well, let's go see what they want.
Okay, so you join Agent Carter at the docks, and you see George H.W. Bush is there, who's got, like his fancy shoes are off. He's putting his feet in the water a little bit, letting him wash over his toes, and is like, he's looking kind of serious, kind of somber. He's heard your debriefing by now, and he's like, Carter, Dowd, very glad you could join me here.
Of course, Mr. Bush.
Yep.
Wanted to pick your brains about something. That fella, Captain Cross. I heard he was involved.
Yes.
Saw myself. Now coming out of that helicopter at the Hermitage. I've met him before, I know that.
What kind of a man do you think he is?
Creepy little bastard, that's what.
One who does not play well with the current limitations that we place on ourselves here at the Hermitage. I think he is someone who's trying to instigate something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, his remit is psychological warfare. He practiced it against insurgencies in the Philippines, Cuba, Vietnam, countless other places around the world too. All for the company, for the Hermitage, of course. He's an expert in that field. And then he kind of dropped off the face of the earth, but I guess he's back, connected to something in Harrow House. He's planning something. You're right.
May I speak freely?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you know about the shipments?
Um, he's like, I suspected, but Harrow House, it was supposed to have been shut down. But I will not lie and say that we did not find its operatives useful over the years. Oh yes, I sent a quick message there. Yes, good point. That is coming up. He's like, and speaking of operatives, Lamb 18, Zai 16, I want to ask you, because I believe I can trust you. Can we trust them?
Asking us.
Zyme 16, yes. Lambda 18. Yes, but I have concerns about her state sometimes.
I don't know,
She-
Carter. They both seem like good kids. Just
That's
kind of damaged like the rest of us.
yes, but Lambda literally remained behind to destroy a place out of spite and hatred. That power is not meant to be used anywhere. And while I will be glad to have her on any future missions, I do have my concerns about her stability. But I'll be there and I'll keep an eye on her and make sure that it doesn't get too far.
Bush is like, well, understood. Just be aware that you're going after Captain Cross, and we do need to bring him back to the fold by whatever means necessary. I do worry. I mean, we said, he's an expert in psychological warfare and manipulation, and those individuals are the type the Hermitage would use for that sort of thing. So, just wanted to put it out there.
What
Understood.
type of psychological warfare does he do? Because I
Oh,
know
mhm.
bodies have a tendency to disappear around him.
That's true. I mean, a lot of his operations are still classified. One in particular is a bit of a has become hallowed myth in the company is that he was sent to fight the Huck insurgency in the Philippines. He did so by exploiting a folk belief in vampires. He would actually capture bodies, drain them of blood, and hang them up throughout the forest as grisly reminders that vampires were preying on the guerrillas. Thanks to that, as well as some bribes and a few other less savory efforts, the Huck insurgency collapsed. Distasteful, but he got the job done. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Lamb Zai in here, and let's get the whole family together. Got another job for you.
Anywhere tropical?
Well, you're not far off. So meanwhile, Lamb, you are in your room, and
Yeah.
Frankie gave you a whole collection of new records
Oh.
for you to enjoy. So I don't know. What do you think? What is Lamb spinning right now?
She is listening to Rubber Soul right now. Norwegian Wood over and over. Like anytime Norwegian Wood stops, she picks the needle up on the record player and moves it back to the start of Norwegian Wood.
Ooh,
She's
okay.
sitting in the middle of the room, kind of like lotus position, floating in the air, as the arms kind of move around her, almost like she's the center of a nucleus, or she's the nucleus in an atom, and they're the protons moving around the outside.
All
If
right,
that makes
so
sense.
Lamb, one time when you like reach over to reset the record, you find that it is resetting itself thanks to your mind. Your psychic powers have increased a bit, and you now have the equivalent of the ring of telekinesis.
Cool.
Yes.
That means you can pick up heavier things.
Yeah. So you pick up like the whole record player comes up a little bit, and you can pick up stuff much heavier than that. Yes.
That's new.
Yeah.
And I also want to say she does have the painting supplies. It's been a week or 2 weeks, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's been painting the room.
Ooh, very cool.
If I'm sure that when Carter said like I'm worried that Lambda is unstable, the people are like, yeah, we know, because she has painted this room. It's disturbing. Like she seems to have gone into her teenage scary period. Like this is some Hieronymus Bosch crap up on the wall, and I am changing her alignment from lawful good to true neutral.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, things are going dark for her right now.
Interesting. Okay, so as you were doing that, you also get the call over the PA. Lambda 18, please. The PA voice changed completely. Lambda 18, please report to the docks for a briefing.
Okay. She like basically moves her hand towards the door and just pulls it off its hinges and flies it against the wall, and then goes out the door.
All right. Meanwhile, Zai, what is Zai doing to kind of relax?
Zai is sort of in his own little trance state. He is basically moving his little sphere around his hands and around his upper body. And he's basically been trying to reconnect with Jairus the entire time.
The rat or the alien?
The alien. Basically, he's got his back to the wall and has been sort of in a trance state, moving the sphere around.
All right. So as you are doing this, you get something back. You hear in the recesses of your mind Jairus's voice unmistakably, calling out to you and saying, "You had piece of me. We had something of a connection in that horrible house in the forest. I need you to come and get the rest of me."
Where are you?
You're on the right path. Keep going, and eventually it will lead you to me. Here is something to help. And you see Jairus the rat coming out of the grass, holding a little marble. It looks like, your classic cat's eye marble that kids would play with, but it's the little swirl inside is purple. This item will let you give a foe disadvantage on one of their saves every long rest. You can use it once per long rest. When you use it, whatever save they're doing for one of your abilities, they do it with disadvantage. Yeah, Jairus' Marble is the name of this item. And then, you hear the PA saying, like, it's going to be even different voice. Zai 16, please report to the docks for briefing. Yeah, I know. I'm like, here's all these crazy customs items. Now go over here. Hear your character do something. You can add the custom item whenever you want. It's all good.
Yeah. So basically, Zai just sort of like pauses the orb, sort of like on the top of his hand, just sort of stays there for a second. Sort of looks up and at the PA, sort of flips it back to his palm and puts it back in the pocket and heads out.
All right, so now everybody is together at the docks. Bush has picked himself back up, dried off his feet, got his socks back on, and he says, "Well, good to know we're all here. All right, we have a bit of a situation. We've been able to track some more of Captain Cross's operation, and you guys are going on a nice little vacation to help put a stop to it. Now, Agent Carter, you said you wanted to go somewhere tropical. I mean, the Mediterranean isn't quite that, but sure is a nice place to visit."
Never been.
Well,
What part
you're
are
getting
we
a chance.
talking about?
Italy, aren't you?
Yes, you're going to Italy. There are a number of operations that NATO has organized over the years, and some of them are causing some problems now, and we think Captain Cross and some of his allies are mixed up in it. So, you're going to Rome. That's in the heart of a lot of stuff, but it is the heart of some of these operations as well. There's a whole host of them in a lot of different European countries, but in Italy, they all fall under the heading of Operation Gladio. And with that word, Operation Gladio, or Operation Gladio, in a more American way of saying it, we are going to bring this episode to a close.
Is there one thing I could have done with Raymond before it ends?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She hands him the device back that she used to trigger her seizure. This stopped working. I'm presuming that's because you made it stop working, but perhaps I also damaged it. I don't know. It was useful.
You need me to fix it up? Can't do that.
Yes. Please. It made me realize certain things about myself.
Oh. If you need it, don't worry about it. I can fix it on our trip to Italy.
Thank you.
Okay. And on that note, with characters changing, getting more powerful, all kinds of changes are happening to these characters. You guys are also leveling up to level 5.
Yay! That's a really dope level for monks.
Ooh, very cool. And we're gonna pick up. We're gonna take a week off because I do gotta do a little prep work. I do know the next arc is indeed going to be called Gladio, which is a real thing. Again, we're playing with, actual historical events. Gladio has a body count that is surprisingly high.
Operations that they have. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like in Italy, that's what it was called, but there's like lots of European countries have these stay behind networks that like things went wrong. And there's lots of like, it's all classified and conspiracy theory, conspiracy fact. So even Gladio, there's like doubts of how much of it is real and, how much is official stuff or things that just got out of hand. And there's all kinds of stuff. But we're visiting Italy. Also, the Years of Lead is kind of the era that we're playing in, which is a particularly violent time. So again, just be aware that we are doing with like, and this arc too. We dealt with like a historical tragedy that I am sort of using as material for a game. So I definitely want to be like respectful about it and make like a fictionalized version that can, maybe even draw attention to some real injustices that certainly happened in our country's past, like that. You can look it up, but the Philippine vampire business is a real thing. That like really the CIA did that in the 50s. So a lot of times, when you're looking for inspiration of horrors for your game, history fits the bill as it does in this case too.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I haven't read a good book about Gladio yet. podcast Ghost Stories for the End of the World. I'm a big fan of that one. That one is a good series about Gladio. Chapo Trap House, and yeah, I'm a fan of that one. And True Anon, those podcasts also did very good overviews of Gladio and some of the related like weird events that happened in Cold War Europe. For books in general, The Brothers by Stephen Kinzer was a big, which is about Alan Dulles and John Foster Dulles, who were like CIA director and then I think Secretary of State in like the 50s. Great book, and that covers a lot of that has Gladio in it too, along with lots of MK Ultra and lots of other crazy stuff the CIA was doing in the 50s. Highly recommended as well if you want some reading. Yeah, lots of weird research went into this in this series for sure. But yeah, all of that. We come back in 2 weeks for Operation Gladio.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Why do we need fiction when we just read a history book and
100%.
it's way crazier than any fiction that's probably on any series or television right now. So thanks, dude. I mean, seriously, like Michael, the research that you put into these things and the reading and the history and it inspires me to even read a book because I don't read a lot of books. So it inspires me to do those things, and hopefully that's inspiring other people to do things like these too. Because this is the entertaining part of, if there's an entertaining part of tragedy, but it's an homage to. I mean, I feel you're trying to put a spotlight on the insanity that actually occurred, and so maybe we won't repeat it.
Yep.
We're hoping. But thank you so much, man. These are super entertaining because of that and because of the depth that you four put into your characters and you play as your characters. It's not just for a good dice roll. And I think that's super cool. So yeah, we will be back soon. Give us a couple weeks to get some stuff going on with, like Michael said, but stay tuned and look out for, some of the stuff that goes live on Tuesdays. I will do my best to when we take a week off, I try and post when we're coming back. So stay tuned to all of our socials. If you have any questions on where our socials at, it's pretty much everywhere /time2tabletop. Most of them. I haven't gotten into some, but most of them that were there. So we will see you very soon. But until we're back on the air, pull up a chair and make time to tabletop.
Tabletop.
Do you know what I've
That was-
noticed? I do my pauses in different lengths every time, so it just screws up the whole thing. So and I love it.
I always think
It's
we're
my-
in sync when we do that.
We aren't, and that's the best part.
It's partially Zoom that exacerbates
Yep,
it
and
too. Like,
yeah.
you could do a drummer count and it would go all to hell.
Well, it
'cause-
depends. It depends on what drummer you use, because it could have been like we were trying to do it in round and it didn't work. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful chaos. We will see you all very soon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Right.